Hi, in this lesson, you'll take a look at creating sprites. Take a look at this pink canvas and the yellow circle drawn on it. That yellow circle would need lots of variables to define how it looks, its position on the canvas, and how it should move. And if you have two circles on the canvas, you'll need to have two sets of different variables. This can get confusing and overwhelming pretty quickly. Thankfully, objects called sprites that helps us organize all of this. A sprite is simply a graphical object with properties. We can change these properties to alter or animate the sprite on the canvas. Okay, so what does this mean in a game? Well, here's a screenshot of a game. Everything you see on the canvas, from the character to the platforms to the floating boxes, are all sprites. They have certain properties related to their size, position, and color that we've adjusted to look a certain way. In this lesson, we're going to start with just simple sprites of circles and rectangles, and then we'll add more detailed images in future activities. You can create a new sprite by typing the command new sprite and assigning it to a variable, in this case, one called ball. Now that the ball sprite is created, you can use a number of sprite properties to define how it looks. The diameter defines a circle's size, while the width and height define the shape of a rectangle. Color defines the sprite's fill color, and stroke defines the outline of the sprite. Other properties define a sprite's position on the X and Y axes. Some properties define how a sprite behaves, like if it should be moving or continuously rotating. Dot notation allows us to assign values to the sprite's properties. To use it, take the sprite variable name and connect it to a sprite property with a dot. This ball sprite now has a diameter of 75 pixels and will be filled in with the color yellow. Let's take a closer look at how sprite properties are used with dot notation. Here we have our yellow ball on the pink canvas. The ball sprite is first created in the setup function. Then, the ball sprite's properties of diameter and color are assigned values using dot notation. Sprites automatically position themselves in the center of the canvas whenever the sprite's X and Y properties are not defined. That's why our yellow ball appears in the center of our pink canvas. The draw function automatically redraws sprites on the canvas each frame. Sometimes sprite properties are updated or changed in the draw function in order to animate or move a sprite. But we don't have any changes to our sprite properties here. So the ball is just drawn in the same position each time. Now we've actually assigned values to the X and Y properties of our ball sprite. So the ball is drawn in a different location on the canvas. The ball's position on the x-axis is now 300 pixels from the left edge of the canvas. The ball's position on the y-axis is 350 pixels from the top edge of the canvas. Here's another example of how the appearance of our ball sprite can be changed using the stroke property. On this purple canvas, a white outlined ball is drawn. The fill color of the sprite is exactly the same as the canvas, purple, which makes the ball look transparent. Now let's create a rectangle or box sprite on a black canvas. A new sprite is created and assigned to the variable box. To create a rectangle shape, the width and height properties are defined with dot notation. This box is 120 pixels wide and 75 pixels tall. The box sprite's color is defined as pink. Remember that when no X and Y properties are defined, they automatically position sprites in the center of the canvas. Now some behavior has been added to the box properties in the setup function. The box now has a rotation speed of 1. Every time the draw function runs, it will rotate this sprite with a speed of 1. The greater the rotation speed value, and the faster the sprite will rotate. Now let's create sprites and practice changing their properties.